slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, oh God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up.
Coach, they love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Go! Let's go!
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Hands up, 318! 93, 52, 93, 40, hands up!
On 2nd and 1, Dalton complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Bengals.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Dalton gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carlos Dunlap. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Sean Williams there defensively to break that one up.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive team.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Andrew Billings able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it will be 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Another score from around the league, meanwhile, up in Cleveland. And it's the Browns out to the early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They run with Hunt, and very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Third down from the gun. Dalton caught Eifert over the middle. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Dalton to his big target, Eifert, for the Cincinnati first.
Hands up, lady!
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, Charlie!
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 33.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Throw from Dalton, taken in by Eifert. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Mixon with a first down carry. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing, Dalton. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Willie Henry muscled his way in for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
He's got his man here. It's Green. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So we have now seen connection number 1 between Dalton and Adriel Jeremiah, A.J. Green.
Say that again.
Adriel Jeremiah.
Look at you. You are full of knowledge and information. And you know something? I bet Andy Dalton learned his full name as well because he figured out quickly, this is going to be my number 1 target. I got to know this guy in a big way.
2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Here's Dalton. The quick slant caught. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his 2nd touchdown on the season. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Makes the score, Bengals 10, Ravens 0.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
To throw again, Jackson. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good game. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Let's go, D. 57. Mike, 57.
Play action. Now Jackson rolling to his right. He gets it to Brown. Good play. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line. Nice big gain there from Marquise Brown, first-round pick out of Oklahoma. Of course, his cousin knows a thing or two about big catches in the NFL. That's Antonio Brown. And now Hollywood hoping to carry on the family tradition of solid production at the wide receiver position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
You got nothing in there. You got nothing.
Here's Jackson. Going to throw again. Being chased out left. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
First red zone chance now for the Ravens. 1st and 10 at the 19. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. They still can't get it. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and
rare.
excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. This is Hunt. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Play action here with Dalton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Kareem Hunt, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us where
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
on plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
It's now fourth down.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down. Now it's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a two-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a really, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Bengals grab it. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. They'll run on first down. Hunt. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Regular. Tight down. There you go. Hey, exit.
They'll run again with Hunt. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Hey, team 6.
Dalton sets up play action. Sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I think in normal situations, most play callers would probably shelve that play in this situation. But down in the red zone, got a little something extra to play with. I like the way that he took a shot and went after it.
On 2nd and 9, Dalton incomplete. There defensively was Nasir Adderley making a nice play. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Willie Henry able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
I'll bet you as they ran out there for that play, the head coach either on his headset or he pulled him aside and told the special teams coordinator, whatever block you've got, pull it out of the bag right now. We need a spark.
When you could just feel it on their sideline, the air just kind of out of the balloon. Now maybe you're right.
Oh, that's when the special teams coordinator who works on this ad nauseum, I'm talking about morning, noon, and night, he's trying to figure out, okay, where's my best opportunity? Which one do I have? And he pulled the right one and got his team going and hopefully back into the game.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Well, Snead figures to be an important veteran presence for Lamar Jackson. 2 years ago, it was a disappointing 2017 for Snead. That was in New Orleans, but then had a bit of a bounce-back campaign a season ago in his first go-around with Baltimore. 62 catches, 650 yards. Did have surgery in the offseason on his left index finger, but back to full health and ready to go. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Now Jackson to throw again. Steps away to his left. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carlos Dunlap picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson forced out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know.
And look at this, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. On first down, it's Hunt. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Throwing on 2nd and 14, Dalton. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the run, this is Hunt. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Kareem Hunt with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Jackson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Jackson now throwing again. He's going to fire one deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 24-10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's go, D. Big series right
Hey, I 7.
Play fake. Here's Dalton. To the left side here for Eifert. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Passing, it's Dalton, and he completes it to Hunt. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That was impressive to me, because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Hey, orbit.
3rd and 2 for Dalton. And a catch good. It's Eifert. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Andy Dalton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Hunt. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dalton. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. 16 yards, a first down. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Nixon. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it. They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Dalton. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 15 yards on the play, first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now it's Jackson, flush to his right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Bengals drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Pernell McPhee in there on the stop.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Let's see what you got.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for the Bengals, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.